You allege too that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Mm-hmm. Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, you know, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing. She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, you know. And so, you know, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, you know. And she was right.
Nicole Murphy has always carried herself like a woman who minds her own business. Cool, classy, and unbothered. But when it comes to LisaRaye McCoy, that's a different story. These two have been clashing for years, and the tension is still sizzling like it never left. It all started when LisaRaye flat out accused Nicole of being the other woman in her marriage to Michael Misick. And the wild part? They used to be tight friends. LisaRaye didn't hold back either. She called Nicole a homewrecker and claimed she had a thing for married men. That's a heavy accusation, especially coming from someone who once shared champagne and secrets with you. But Nicole, she wasn't here for the name-calling or the drama. She's been brushing it off like, please, I've got better things to do. Still, word on the street says that Nicole might have been quietly plotting some payback behind the scenes. Allegedly, she started showing interest in LisaRaye's new man. And not because she liked him, but because she wanted to remind Lisa that she's still that girl. Now that's a bold move. People close to both of them are saying the beef is way deeper than what the public knows. Every time they try to make peace, another rumor pops up. It's like their friendship is permanently stuck on pause. And honestly, after all the shade, betrayal, and side-eye moments between these two, you gotta wonder, could they ever really be cool again? Because right now, it's giving no chance in sight.
That's true, absolutely true.
So what happened exactly?
Just what you said. She messed around with my husband. Here's the thing, we've all done something that we regret, we've all made mistakes, and we all have to learn from that. But when you start doing it and being messy enough to do it amongst family, how does a family kiss turn into a I'm sorry apology? Like, what do you mean? You didn't know that she was married? We all know that she was married. And that was 20 years, that's history. You don't do that amongst friends.
Right.
Because there's no loyalty.
Right.
There's no loyalty, and you gotta look up, and your person that you invited to your house and you celebrating your birthdays and going to games with, you gotta look up and they're in Italy with your husband.
Right.
Let's not forget how this whole mess really exploded. When it came to the public dragging, LisaRaye was the one who threw the first punch, loud and clear. Remember when she called Nicole out over that messy situation with film director Antoine Fuqua? Oh yes, that one had the internet in a chokehold. Nicole got caught on camera locking lips with Antoine Fuqua, who, let's not forget, was still married to actress Layla Rochon. And they weren't hiding either. They were on a full-blown vacation, smiling for the cameras like nothing was wrong. The photos went viral in minutes, and social media went crazy. People started calling Nicole everything under the sun, saying she was trying to wreck Antoine and Layla's marriage just to have him all to herself. It was pure chaos. But when LisaRaye stepped in, things hit another level. She didn't just throw shade, she poured gasoline on the fire. She said what everyone else was thinking, but too scared to say out loud. The way she told it, Nicole wasn't just unlucky in timing, she was calculated. That's when the situation went from gossip to straight up scandal. And Nicole's reputation took a major hit.
Thing is this, when you're a woman and you grown, let's handle it like a woman. Let's talk face to face and let's get it out. But here's the thing. I sat with her a couple of months ago, longer than a couple of months ago, about 6 months ago. And
this was after the alleged affair?
Before.
Okay.
And I said, let's talk about it, because I waited a very long time for you and I to get like this right here, face to face, you know?
Okay.
And
no, she's talking about Nicole, not me.
Right.
Relax.
And we had a good conversation, because she said to me, you know what? We're two older women that look good that's in the business. I hate this. And I do too, because I hate when we can't bridge the gap between women. You know, we should not be in that position.
Right.
I will say this.
Even when Nicole was living her best life and engaged to Michael Strawn, yes, that Michael Strawn, the drama still found its way into her world. They were this close to walking down the aisle, and everyone thought Nicole had finally found her happy ending. But then, boom, LisaRaye allegedly slid into the picture again with some so-called receipts. Word on the street is that LisaRaye sent Michael proof that Nicole wasn't being entirely faithful or upfront. Whatever she showed him must have hit hard because not long after that, the wedding plans were suddenly on hold. The vibe shifted completely. What was supposed to be a fairy tale turned into a full-blown soap opera overnight.
How'd you find that out?
I had checked the manifest of my plane because we owned a plane. And so when you check that list, it says all the people that have rolled on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me, and nor did she receive an invitation from me. So if you had a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me. I don't know how that could happen. Do you? I guess not.
I never owned a private plane or
not that part.
no, I don't know, but meaning, yes, this is too rich for me. The manifest of the list, like, damn. So you saw her name on the list.
Mm-hmm. And I tried to call her. And, at first she said, no, I haven't been to Turks and Caicos. I have not been. And it was like, well, wait a minute, And then I called again, and then she stopped answering the phone. So at the time she was dating, at this time,
Michael
when
Strahan?
I found out, she was dating Michael Strahan. So I called him. And I said, hey, do you know anything about this? And, we talked or whatever. And I said, well, let me send you a tape that I have of proof, And so I did.
What tape? What was on the tape?
It was a tape of her and Michael when she was dropping Michael off at the private airport in her car. And they opened the gate and they pulled up to the plane, and she gets out and he gets out, and I go, oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other. And I'm gonna leave it right there because that part is my business. The other part is someone else's business, which I've never, would speak on. But for me, that was enough. It was like, wow, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Friends don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I would think an enemy would do, or somebody that I just don't know. But someone that you have to watch your girl. Where I come from, south side of Chicago, that's an ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Period.
Michael started keeping his distance, and before anyone could blink, the engagement was off for good. People close to Nicole say she felt blindsided, but others claim karma just came back around. Either way, that little pause turned permanent real quick, and it left everyone wondering if LisaRaye had just cost Nicole her last shot at happily ever after. When people started asking LisaRaye why she kept applying pressure on Nicole like that, why she wouldn't just let it go, she didn't hold back. LisaRaye made it crystal clear that her issue wasn't just gossip or petty jealousy. According to her, Nicole crossed a line that no real friend ever should. LisaRaye revealed that Nicole allegedly had an affair with her then-husband, Michael Misick, while they were still married. And that's not just messy, it's personal. LisaRaye said it wasn't even about the cheating itself, it was about the betrayal. She trusted Nicole, called her a friend, let her into her home and her circle, only to find out that the same woman smiling in her face was allegedly sneaking around with her man behind her back. That's the kind of wound that cuts deep. LisaRaye said it felt like being stabbed twice, once by her husband and again by the woman she thought she could depend on. After that, forgiveness went out the window. So when people say LisaRaye's been keeping her foot on Nicole's neck, she says she's just standing on truth. And the truth, according to her, still hurts. And here's where it gets spicy. LisaRaye actually said that even though she and Nicole will never be friends again, she's not holding on to hate. She claims she doesn't want bad blood or awkward tension between them, especially since they still move in the same Hollywood circles. Sounds mature, right? But not everyone's buying it. Word on the street is that Nicole wasn't feeling that statement at all. Allegedly, she felt like LisaRaye was trying to play both sides, airing her out publicly, then suddenly wanting to look like the peacemaker once the backlash hit. Nicole supposedly saw that as fake energy, like Lisa was trying to fix her image after stirring up drama. Insiders say Nicole was furious that Lisa went on interviews running her mouth, making it sound like she was the bigger person. But in Nicole's eyes, you can't drag someone for years and then act all calm and collected when the smoke starts to clear. She's not here for the fake forgiveness, and according to those close to her, she's made it clear. Keep that same energy in private and in public. And if LisaRaye thought Nicole getting with Michael Misick was betrayal, then what came next had her completely done with her. No coming back from that one. See, back around 2011, rumors started swirling that LisaRaye was dating Pastor Noel Jones. Yep, the same Pastor Jones known for his flashy suits and deep sermons. People were whispering that the two were more than just friends, but LisaRaye quickly tried to shut it down, saying there was nothing romantic going on. She called him her spiritual guide, a close friend who gave her peace and guidance, not passion and romance. But here's the thing, Pastor Noel didn't exactly rush to clear things up. He let those rumors ride for a bit. Even on his reality show, Preachers of LA, they teased that storyline, questioning if LisaRaye could really handle being a pastor's wife and if he could fit into her Hollywood lifestyle. Fans were intrigued, and for a minute, it really looked like something could have been brewing between them. Eventually, Noel Jones came out and said they weren't a couple, but the streets had already been talking for months, claiming the two were definitely more than friends and were even getting serious. Then, out of nowhere, the energy shifted, because allegedly, another woman stepped into the picture. And guess who that woman was? Nicole Murphy. Now this is where it gets wild. Sources claim that when Nicole caught wind of LisaRaye getting close to someone she knew personally, she decided to make a move of her own. They say Nicole swooped in, started spending time with Pastor Jones, and made sure LisaRaye felt it. Allegedly, she wanted Lisa to know what it felt like to have another woman come between her and a man she cared about. Savage move or karma, depends on who you ask. But according to insiders, Nicole didn't feel sorry at all. The word is, she allegedly said that if LisaRaye could try to destroy her happiness, then Lisa's relationship with Pastor Jones was fair game. That attitude had people online losing it. The internet turned on Nicole fast. Fans flooded comment sections saying she went too far and should have just let things die down once LisaRaye stopped speaking on her.
Nicole Murphy, you're disgusting. You sat on that couch and you laughed. It ain't no moment, it's a mess. You wrong for that. You the type of women that let these men be evil. They gotta have some help, and women like you are that type of help.
Because at that point, it wasn't even about revenge. It was about crossing a line that didn't need to be crossed. And from then on, the message was loud and clear. Nicole might have played the game, but she played it cold. The internet had a lot to say after all this came to light, and woo, the comments were brutal. One person wrote, "Nicole Murphy is so gorgeous to be as diabolical as she is. Sleeping with your friend's husband is just lowbrow. Ick." That comment alone got thousands of likes because people couldn't believe someone that beautiful could move that messy. Another person chimed in saying, "I don't understand how Nicole could end her marriage to Eddie after he cheated on her, only to turn around and do the same thing to her own friends. She seems to care more about being seen as hot and irresistible than about real loyalty." Fans were calling her out left and right, saying she turned pain into payback and class into chaos. But here's the real question. Was Nicole really wrong for clapping back the way she did? Or was she just serving the same energy LisaRaye once gave her? Some folks online say she had every right to get her lick back after being dragged for years, while others think she should have just kept her head high and walked away from the drama entirely. Because no matter how good revenge might feel in the moment, it always comes with a cost. And in Hollywood, that cost is your reputation. Now that all the tea's been spilled, it's clear. This wasn't just a petty feud between two Hollywood women. This was betrayal, ego, and revenge playing out in real time. LisaRaye and Nicole Murphy once called each other sisters, but now they're proof that when trust gets broken in that industry, there's no coming back. From best friends to public enemies, the downfall of their bond became its own headline. Every time it seemed like they could move on, another secret, another rumor, or another shady post dragged them right back into the fire. LisaRaye says she was hurt and humiliated. Nicole says she was misunderstood and unfairly targeted. But the truth, somewhere in the middle, buried under years of pride and pain, fans are still split. Some say Nicole was just fighting fire with fire after being dragged through the mud, while others believe she went way too far. And honestly, both women lost something big in all this. LisaRaye lost a friend she once trusted with her heart, and Nicole lost the respect that once came with her name. No matter who you side with, this saga shows one thing loud and clear. Hollywood friendships don't end quietly, they explode. So what's next? Will either of them ever clear the air? Or will this Cold War keep simmering behind red carpets and photo ops? One thing's for sure, you know we'll keep watching, because this drama isn't just tea, it's a whole pot boiling over. Stay locked in with BarzBuzz, where we don't just spill the story, we break it wide open. If this saga had you shook, wait till you see what's next. You already know what it is. BarzBuzz got the real, raw, and unfiltered breakdowns. So don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this with someone who needs to catch up.